Welcome back, chemistry fans. Today, what we are going to do is our empirical formula lab. So it's going to be very similar to the last lab where we had evaporation and we were trying to figure out a percent composition, because one is the opposite of the other. If we have our elements, we can break it down and figure out what the percentage is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the percentages and then work backwards to compare it to a formula. Okay, so let's get started on this process. I'm going to put you up here. I'm going to shine down on my work surface down here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my hot plate up to high so I can get this started. I'm also going to be wearing my goggles because this is a no joke kind of material that we're working with. So we are working with an acid. It is HCl, it is hydrochloric acid, and it is 6 molar, I think. Maybe it's 3 molar. It's very strong. It's 6 molar. And so what that means is that it would cause damage to the eyes. It would cause damage to the skin if it gets on there. If you get it on you, please make sure that you wash it off. Okay, I'm going to then start with this magnesium ribbon that has been cut up. It's just a metal, but it's highly reactive. So we're going to figure out how much that weighs. So I'm going to put this down here so that you can see my values. It's a little faint, but I think you could still read that with the angle of which we're talking here. So I will start this off by tearing the little weighing boat. Then I'm going to put in my metals into here. I'm going to write this down. 0.15 is my weight. So magnesium will be 0.15 grams. Okay, so I've got that written down. So I know exactly what I'm dealing with whenever we get to that point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into my crucible. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add what is approximately about 5 milliliters of acid. So we take off the lid and you'll notice that it's a squirty thing here. And so what we can do here is just kind of eyeball this, add this in here, dropper it into the, it's going to take it a while for it to occur. But once we get it all in here, it will eventually go faster than what you think. So I am filling up my acid, and you can see that every drop is getting it closer to that 5 milliliters. So about 5 milliliters of this acid. As soon as I add it into here, what you're going to see is that it's going to start to sizzle. And there's a little bit of vapor. You don't want that vapor on you. But you can see that it's starting to dissolve this metal. And what it's, oh my gosh, what it's going to do is it's going to cause it to start to dissolve and turn into a new compound. Well, that new compound is what we want to figure out what the formula is for. So as that is working its way through there, I am not going to allow that to get into my lungs. It is bad. Ooh, that stinks bad. So to dilute this down just a little bit, after it has dissolved, I'm going to add another 5 milliliters of water to the process, okay? So I'm going to